Hey guys, George here from Zero Pure Productions with another look at the Build Your Own City Becoming a Lord mod. The mod was first released in early 2014. At that time, it included the first tier of building and managing your city, Raythem. The next, and currently only update for the mod came out August 2014, which added the second tier to the city, allowing for different structures to be purchased and built, expanding the city, adding several new quests, and a political system in which you, the city's lord, had to make decisions that would affect the city and its population. In the last video that I released showing off the mod, I exhausted all current build options, the very last structure built being the castle. Today, I thought I'd give an update on the mod, as well as a comprehensive tour of the city. First off, I'd like to share an update on the mod itself. The mod author is a college student, and during the course of the past school year was unable to work on the mod, which is very understandable as college can be a lot of work, and modding is a lot of work as well. In the case of a mod such as this, a lot of time and effort has to go into making everything work properly, and even in its current beta stage, the bugs are few and far between for the most part. The mod author plans to start working on the mod again as of this May, so with any luck we'll have an update from the mod this summer. If not, then hopefully during the fall. I realize that in the past I may have been overly critical of the mod, and I want to go on the record and say that I really think this is a fantastic mod, especially given that it's not the final build. My complaints were relatively minor, even though I voiced them fairly often, and my complaints were mostly in regards to some of the design choices or with a couple bugs encountered during the quests. That being said, my personal taste in design and what I consider to be good design they're my own opinions. So just because I don't like the design of something doesn't mean it's bad or that it's a bad mod. And like I've said, I really do enjoy this mod. I think it's fantastic. Disregarding my issues with the mod, it is worth remembering that this is a super ambitious mod, and in its current state, it still allows players to build and manage their own city, which is something that very few mods have actually achieved. A lot of people still ask for a part 12 of the mod series, and I promise that once the mod has been updated, I will continue to record it. Until then, I'll be waiting, just like everyone watching this. So, start of the tour is here at the southern gate for Raythem. The very first building that we have up here is the trading company, the Raythem Trading Company headquarters. Very nice. I'm not going to go into every building, or most buildings for that matter, especially since a lot of them are just homes for the various NPCs and townspeople added. So here we have the Sundered Sword Inn, which was one of the earlier places that was bought, which does make sense since, you know, people need a place to sleep, a place to eat. Drust's house. We have a little bit of a bridge going on over here. Up there you can see what was originally the Lord's Manor, but is now, I'm pretty sure, the temple for the Tribunal, even though the Tribunal isn't really around anymore. Tribunal Court, yes. So originally this is where you as a lord live and you make all your decisions, but at the end of the second stage of the mod you do build your castle, so you just hand that over to the Tribunal and you get your own fancy castle. We still have the walkways, which are patrolled by the guards. Over here we have a lot of the various homes owned by, you know, the various people living here in the city, in glorious Raythem. Over here we have I don't know what to describe it as, the circular area that we built a while ago. Just gonna hop down here. I do like the bridges just because it does make the city a bit more unique. It's not the cleanest and prettiest thing, but I don't want a super clean and pretty city, so it is nice having those walkways for guards to patrol, because it does make me feel a little safer as lord of this town. So a lot of these are just various houses, although that up there might not be a house, that might be something unique, so we're about to find out. As I mentioned before, I'm personally not the biggest fan of the design choice to just plop houses on top of one another with this wooden platform. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of that design choice, but at the same time, that's just my personal opinion, because if you ask me, that looks like it would just crush the homes below it. But, you know, like I said, I'm just a crazy person. Oh, and I should probably put my phone on silent. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Give me one sec. Alright, so we're going to move up to the upper ring of this little area just to see if these are just homes or if there's anything unique about them. I never noticed this before, how there's a little bit of a, not necessarily a terrace, but a little bit of a patio, so that's someone's home, and I'm assuming this is as well. Yeah, it is. I don't know any of these people, mainly because, you know, I'm a lord, so it's not my responsibility to know the people in my town. Oh, should probably turn off I Need, because we're not going to be using that right now. Yep, and then turns out George didn't know what he was doing and didn't prepare for this recording at all. Who would have guessed? Real big surprise there, am I right? So is this in a house or... Yep, Zeph's house. So I imagine Zeph is pretty well off. He gets to live in the tallest house, or the most high up house in this little region. So that's good for him, I suppose. The patio is kind of cool. It's just interesting that there's sort of the log bridge that spans between the houses. It's just not something I'm used to, is what it comes down to, I guess. A little bit of a clip issue there, but, you know, whatever. Alright. I still don't know where the beacon is, so hopefully today we will find out where the hell the beacon is. And, you know what, let's go up towards the marketplace next, just to show that off real quick. So the market is up here, I believe, or right around here. We've got all these people just standing on the balconies, having a nice grand old time. It is a beautiful view from the balconies, so I do like that aspect of it. It's a very nice aesthetic. Jilta is just hanging out in here, alright. What I do like is that it does add a ton of NPCs to the town, so the town does feel alive. It's not an empty, deserted town. So here we can see we have sort of the upper markets, if you will. Just a few different vendor stalls. I do like that you can't necessarily steal all of the items, or at least in this case you can't steal any of those items. For some of these you can, for others you can't. It's not really an issue. In fact, I like it. I like it this way. And then down here there's another couple market stands, although they're larger than the stands you just saw up there. They're more of the it's what you would see at the Solitude docks. I'll show you right here once we cross this bridge. So yeah, these are just two of the stands right down here. Both of them are occupied. We have some fine clothing over here by Abathor, and over here we have what would seem to be some magical goods, whether it be enchanted robes or spell tomes. Although, I can just take these. Well, you know what? I am Lord of the Town, so you know what? I can very well take them if I damn well please. That's how I see it, at least. I mean, there's probably some sort of ethical issue with stealing from your own town, but hey, it didn't say it was stealing, so you know what? Whatever. What are they gonna do? Throw me in my jail? I don't think so. That'd be an interesting plot point, though, if you could. So here's the College Outpost Embassy. There is also a Companions Guild Embassy. I believe that's the one up there. We have this guard tower over here, along with a statue of Talos up there. I'm pretty sure, someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the statue of Talos gets placed there regardless, so if you play a character that's not a Talos worshipper, then you might not be overly thrilled about that, but you know what, it's very minor at most. We have a fire right here.
You're safe, I hope.
I'm safe, alright. One thing I've mentioned in the past that I would hope can be fixed in future iterations of the mod is just in regards to the walls. The walls are not super pretty. If you just look at this real quick, they don't mesh together very well. Mainly because I'm pretty sure these wall pieces weren't necessarily intended to be used in this way, so you can kind of see they really don't match up at all. Like I said, it's not a game-breaking issue, but it is something that I would like to see addressed. I don't know if it ever will be, but personally, it is just something that I would like to see fixed. You can kind of see it up there as well. That you can. It's just a very obvious repeating wall and doesn't necessarily match up perfectly. But like I said, that's also just using what the mod author was given, and that's how Bethesda included those models and textures. So you know, there's only so much that can be done about it. So let's get over to the other side. You guys have already seen the arena in previous installments of this mod, so we're not going to go into the arena. You do get a chance to fight in the arena. You get a chance to see who wins, who dies. It's very nice. I do like that aspect of the mod as well. Some people have commented on that it can be lore friendly to have dormer structures, and it's just that the idea of, okay, I can't get over this, can I? Alright, bit of an invisible wall. Alright. Yep, there's an invisible wall here. So let's just go through here. Yes, I know, probably shouldn't be doing that, but oh well, I wanted to get over here pretty quickly. Alright, am I not supposed to be over here at all? This is very possible that this is just another piece of the wall. Well, also, I wasn't supposed to be on top of that. So here's the arena, as we've seen previously. So yeah, people were saying that it can be lore friendly because it's just the idea that people were able to, you know, build structures in the style of Dwemer ruins. I guess it does make sense. So similar to how we have people who build like Greek or Roman style architecture in the modern day, like pillars and columns and all that stuff. So yes, I do understand that. It just seems like an interesting design choice to place here because compared to everything else, it does seem a little out of place just to have one or two dwarven structured buildings. I still don't know where the beacon is for that matter. But you know what, that like I said, we'll figure it out one of these days, and probably today. So over here we have Numia's house. Numia is probably very well off, judging by how nice the house is. Alright, so we have just some more homes over here. It's already getting close to nighttime, it would seem. Alright, so like I said previously, this doesn't seem like the most sort of structurally sound structure, but at the same time, who am I to say? I'm not an architect, so for all I know, that could be very structurally sound, but personally, I'm not the biggest fan of the design itself. Just the idea of, well, it isn't levitating, obviously, because there are supports, but to me, it just seems a little bit strange. Then again, it is just because I haven't seen anything like that in Skyrim, so, you know what, it's unique, so it does have that aspect to it. What time is it? 7:01. It's getting a little dark, but we are nearing the end of our tour, more or less. I haven't been down there at all yet, so we will check that out. Another Dwemer Arch right there. Passing underneath Castle Raythem right now. We'll just stop by Castle Raythem real quick. Navigating the city is also not the easiest thing. I do recognize that the mod author did have to try and fit it in with the existing world space and without modifying the world space at all, but just navigating the city itself, especially in this region, is not the easiest thing. Just because he had to try and build everything around this giant mountain and this giant slope. So over here we have Sarek.
I haven't got all day.
I like how he's talking to me like that, even though I'm, you know, the Lord. So here's the Temple of Raythem, if you go and you want to pray. I'm going to wait till morning, actually, just because it is getting kind of dark out. Alright, so it's daytime now, nice and shiny, nice and bright. So let's get going.
Yes?
So I'm pretty sure to access the castle area, you have to go through here. And essentially you just climb a giant stairwell that leads you up to this raised platform where the castle is. It would be nice if there was an alternate way of getting up here. But like I said, it is a matter of just trying to incorporate this into the landscape, which does become very difficult to try and, you know, create a grand, in this case, massive city. It does become a bit of a problem when you are planning it out, and I do understand that. I've had similar issues, not with Skyrim because I'm not a Skyrim modder, but when building in Minecraft even, it's just a matter of, oh, well, I have to take into account what's already here. And yes, Skyrim, you can recreate the terrain, you can reshape it, remold it, but you know what? That's a lot of work. So I'm going to try and find the beacon, and I'll see you guys in a few. Alright, I'm back. So I was trying to find either the beacon for the town or the bathhouse, which I also built, and I haven't been able to find either. The bathhouse is supposed to be an extra large building, so I'm not sure. I haven't been able to find it. I was checking my map. I was walking around. I haven't seen it, so I'm not entirely sure. I'm pretty sure that I built it, although for all I know, knowing my shit memory, I never built it. Although I checked with Mavic, and I didn't have any means of building it. I had no build options, so it's like I said earlier, I've exhausted all build options as of right now. So, you know, we'll see. Like I said, hopefully there will be an update for this mod over the summer. If not, then hopefully during the fall, and if not, then hopefully by the winter. The mod came out, you know, about a year and a half ago now, so I am hoping that it will be finished, just because I do like it. I know some of the people watching enjoy it as well, so here's hoping that the mod author is able to finish it in a somewhat timely basis, that it's possible for them and that they have, you know, the time and the ability to do so. I am looking forward to the finished product. I'm curious to see how he expands the political system, because I understand that he was going to implement not necessarily wars, but sort of the ability to have battles or alliances with the other Jarls. And I just think the idea of making Skyrim a more political game, or making yourself more politically involved in Skyrim, is just really cool, and it's something that I would have liked to see in the base game, but we have mods for it, fortunately, such as this mod, and getting to choose the politics of your city was a really interesting part of the mod, and I really enjoyed that. So, I'll see you guys next time. This has been more or less a tour of the city, minus the fact that I couldn't find the bathhouse. I checked almost all the structures, and I checked my map, and I just couldn't find it at all, so sorry about that. But I'll see you guys next time with another Skyrim Saturday mod review extravaganza. Bye-bye.